to the Sports Showcase event on Havre TV. I'm Ray Ruse, and I'm subbing for Don Morrison, and I'm here at Aberdeen High School for this game between host Aberdeen and Havre de Grace, local rival. I'm here with my partner, Bob McCone, and right now I think we have two really strong teams. We have Aberdeen coming in at they're 9-4, Bob, and we've got an 8-3 Havre de Grace. Coaching for Havre de Grace, we have Brian Eberhardt, assisted by Jerry Lee, Kendrick Sumter, and Bill Spire. Brian's got an extensive record here of 179 wins and 65 losses. They're a three-time sectional finalist, a three-time regional finalist, and a one-time sectional finalist. And then on Aberdeen, Coach Bill Jones said he's had 189 wins and he's approximating a little bit over 100 losses. He's been coaching for 33 years. He is assisted by Mike Getz and Russell Payton. And our refs for today are Scott Burgess and Elton Battle. Looks like a good game that we're going to have here, Bob. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a great game. We did this game last year at Havre de Grace, and the game ended on a three-point shot from the Havre de Grace point guard that went in to win the basketball game. This is I coached 10 years at Aberdeen, and Edgewood was a big rival, Jobbatown was a big rival, but the Havre de Grace Aberdeen game, it was just incredible, and it hasn't changed. So I'm really, really looking forward to this game tonight.
If I'm correct, they both had close losses to C. Milton Wright, which is one of the better teams in the area this year. We've seen some of these other teams play, and some of them were pretty impressive. And as an example, so far this year, Havre de Grace has wins against Bel Air, Patterson Mill, Perryville, Northeast, Hartford Tech, Choptown, Edgewood, and North County. If I'm not mistaken, both teams have losses to Mervo.
Nope. Aberdeen beat Mervo.
Oh, Aberdeen beat Mervo, and Havre de Grace lost. So if the JV game is any indication, which I saw a lot of good play happening in that game, that was a very impressive game there for them. So we got a few minutes here till tip-off. Two experienced coaches, experienced coaching staffs, and I would think we're going to have a fairly close game.
Well, I'll give you an example, Ray. I mean, Aberdeen lost to Kenwood in their opening game. They beat Northeast. They lost to Calvert Hall here, but they were up by 7 in the fourth quarter, and Calvert Hall went on a run, and they ended up beating them. They beat Hartford Tech. They beat Patterson Mill. They beat Bel Air. They beat National Christian Academy out of Fort Washington, Maryland. They beat Dunbar out of Baltimore. Then they lost to C. Milton by 5. They beat Jobbatown. They lost at Parkville, who's one of the better public school teams in the state. And then they beat Edgewood. So and then they beat Mervo. So it's going to be a good one.
Both teams have 5 or 6 seniors on the team, so they do have some experience. A couple of the games we did recently, we had some very young teams. But this is a very solid, 2 solid programs that have a good feeder program. Recognize a lot of faces in here. Looks like we're getting ready to do the intros before the national anthem here.
And 2 good coaches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Aberdeen High School for tonight's Upper Chesapeake Bay Athletic Conference game between the Warriors of Havre de Grace and your Aberdeen Eagles. And now the starting lineup for the Havre de Grace Warriors. Number 2, Kyle Sullivan. Number 5, Jason Hayes. Number 21, Tristan Blackwell. Number 22, Quentin Daniels. And number 23, Cameron Hall. And now, the starting lineup for your Aberdeen Eagles. Number 1, Highland Bass. Number 2, Tyshawn Rogers. Number 3, Ataris Brown. Number 10, Kenny Hunter. And number 12, Darian Paris. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, here we go, Bob. You saw the starting lineups here to give you a little information about some of these players. On Havre de Grace, Jason Hayes is averaging 12.6 points per game and rebound and a half. Cameron Ball, 14 points a game, 5.7 rebounds a game. Kyle Sullivan, 4.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. Quentin Daniels, a pretty balanced 10 points, 10 rebounds. And Tristan Blackwell with 8.5 points and 9.2 rebounds. On Aberdeen, large scoring comes out of Tylen Bass, 23 points a game. Tyshawn Rogers, 11 points a game. Ataris Brown, 11 points a game. Kenny Hunter, 11 points a game. And Darius Parrish, 10 points a game. So pretty balanced outside of Tylen Bass.
Well, the thing about it is they have 5 kids in double figures.
Yes.
You know, so, but they don't play a lot of kids. So these kids get to play a lot, but they score a lot. The question is, are they going to defend tonight? Because that's been a challenge.
Tip won by Havre de Grace, but ball off with Aberdeen. So we have an inbound here for Havre de Grace. Number 22, Quentin Daniels, inbounding the ball. Let's see what kind of set play they have here.
Aberdeen's playing man right now. They're playing man defense, and there's 2 guys in the low post for
Jason Hayes controlling the ball out top. There's a nice move there, but a miss. Neither Havre de Grace not doing any press as of now. That was very much in and out right there. Good hustle on the boards there by Aberdeen.
It's 2 offensive rebounds for them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all got a rebound.
Guys open in the corner to your right.
Ball all the way up top.
Wow.
Nice bounce pass. Good follow, but just missed. All the way to the basket. That was very smooth. Number 23, Cameron Ball.
Cameron Ball, yeah. It's a Havre de Grace scored in like 4 seconds after acquiring the basketball, and Aberdeen had it for a good bit and had 2 offensive rebounds and didn't finish. They got to do a better job of putting the ball in the basket.
We got a foul on the floor here.
Yeah, sophomore Kenny Hunter going to be on the line for them. Here's a young man. His dad played basketball at Havre de Grace, actually.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, but pre-game to me, Bob, you got a lot of families here that have some family in Havre de Grace, some family in Aberdeen, and it's interesting when they Dad went to this school, but I'm playing for this school.
Those things happen.
So far, Aberdeen's been pretty dominant on the offensive glass in just a couple possessions.
Well, they've had the ball for about a minute and maybe about a minute and 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and haven't scored. And Havre de Grace had the ball for, like I said, like 4 or 5 seconds,
Box out.
and it's 2-0 Havre de Grace.
Put a body on somebody.
Yeah, that ball was halfway down before it came out, Bob.
Yeah.
It's very strange the way the ball rolls around the basket sometimes.
Well, he put the ball on the right-hand side, which has a tendency to flip it around and bounce it out.
Okay, makes
That
the
sounds
second
straight.
one there.
Yeah.
That was Kenny Hunter on the basket. Got Jason Hayes up top again with the ball. Little steal. And one. Did they give him the basket, Bob?
We're waiting. Yep, good basket.
Yep. Okay, so for Aberdeen, we have Ataris Brown. Makes the bucket, going to the line to see if he can finish off a 3-point play here.
Taurus Brown actually is the leading assist player for Aberdeen.
Makes the second.
One of the key things, Ray, is that Aberdeen is a pretty good foul shooting team. Havre de Grace is not. And late in the basketball game, that could do a lot of damage to the Warriors. Something to watch.
A little deflection there by Aberdeen, but still staying with Havre de Grace. We have the Aberdeen Stomp and Shake cheer squad here. Doing a little bit of cheering if you hear that in the background. Fast break. Slam dunk here by number 1, Tyron Bass. Get the crowd going on their feet. Nice return answer by Jason Hayes there.
It's quite a shot.
Yeah, a little
Nice floater.
teardrop there.
It's not my favorite shot, but when you can shoot it and you have control like that.
Some of the point guards love that shot. They just, but what I liked about that play was after the slam dunk, Jason got that ball up court in seconds.
Well, he does that on a regular basis. And he's a leader. And I like that.
Nice inside pass.
He just rolled right down from the foul line down, and nobody picked him up.
Tyshawn Rogers on the layup. I think that was a beautiful play, but to me, it's the pass that made the play. People underrate the assist. Wow, nice 3-point shot by number 2, Kyle Sullivan. I mean, a 3-pointer, I'm pretty sure.
Three-pointer, yes.
So we got a 7-7 game here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for somebody to play defense to a point.
Should be 2. Okay, that's number 10 for Aberdeen. That would be Kenny Hunter with his first points. Okay, we got number 1 taking the shot here. It looks like that is Vincent Legend in the game for Havre Grace. Getting fouled on the shot, going to the line for 2.
Aberdeen's going to score. The question is, will they stop Havre Grace? And Havre Grace can score. So,
nice. You know, we were talking pre-game about foul shooting technique, and so far we're seeing some pretty good foul shooting. Makes both.
He's now 4 for 6 for the year. So you know that's pretty decent high school free throw shooting.
Deflected out of bounds.
But as a team, Havre Grace is averaging 55% from the floor, which really isn't very good.
Way outside. Oh, I do not think that he called back there.
No, he didn't call it.
No, that was Kenny Hunter.
Ooh,
that was an NBA
screen.
3 there. Fake pass and a shot. Nice rebound by number 3. You know, if you get position like that, Ataris Brown, it's pretty tough to stop. So quickly we went from 7-7 to 14-9. Got 4 minutes to go in this quarter. Havre Grace able to tie the ball up there.
Hey, come on, y'all gotta box out.
I think the difference in this game here right now is also second chances, Bob, because Aberdeen is getting a lot of second chance opportunities.
Aberdeen is going to the offensive glass really hard, and they're not, and Havre Grace is not blocking out, and you know they're giving them extra opportunities.
Another long 3 that went off track.
And again, that's 2 offensive rebounds again.
Nice ball fake. Draw the foul. Got the man up in the air there with 1 pump fake on the shot.
Tylen Bass is a very deceptive player, and he was an excellent player for Aberdeen last year, and he's had a really good year this year, and he's their point guard, and he's a senior now. So, I really, and he's a leader, so I really expect good things from him.
Okay, for Aberdeen, looks like number 5, Justin Franklin, checking into the game here. Jason, the drive and the pass. Jason Hayes passing that ball to, was that number 1 on that basket there? For Havre Grace, I think that might have been Vincent Legend. Good team defense there. 3 players swarming the player.
That's the first time they got aggressive defensively.
Yes. Havre Grace trying to make a little spurt here. That was a foul.
I don't know. Anytime you have your body squared up and the guy bangs you in the stomach, I'm not sure you're not in the best position you can be in. You know.
I'm sure they want to get the ball back in Jason Hayes' hand. Nice fake. Oh, that was a good play all the way around. Just couldn't finish it. Okay, you got Jason Hayes.
Aberdeen doesn't block out either. They got 2 guys releasing.
That should be a charge. That was a great job on Kyle Sullivan to set his body position there. He was asking for him to run him over.
Yeah, I mean, a kid came off the bench, Justin Franklin, wanted to score, But when you see a guy in front of you standing still, you got to stop and either hit the jump shot or give the ball back to somebody and start the play over.
So you got Vincent Legend, who's been in the game for a few minutes, and he's already scored 4 points. And that was an outstanding assist from Vincent Legend to Quentin Daniels, for Daniels' first 2 points. Oops, little turnover. Following his own shot there is number 3, Ataris Brown.
Jason Hayes.
Jason Hayes with the 3-pointer. Havre Grace coming alive here, taking a 2-point lead.
Defensively, both teams are gambling, and if they miss people, they go to the other end and score. I don't know about that shot.
Aberdeen has taken many long threes.
That was a little longer than necessary.
That should be, that's a tough call there. Calling that on Havre Grace, possibly on Jason Hayes, but I thought he had a little bit of an arm out there.
He did have a little arm, but he also was going, instead of going straight at it, he turned left and created space, and the official saw space.
That's a second foul on Jason Hayes in the first period.
That's Tylen Bass with the 3.
Tylen Bass with the 3 there. Now we're getting a couple offensive rebounds here. And that's what you needed there. Quentin Daniels with a rebound in the bucket. Good rebound there. He anticipated that.
He shoved him two. He was behind him. He wasn't in front of him to block him out.
And right in front of the referee.
Yep. It's tough to. Neither team's blocking out.
Nope.
I mean, people are just offensively running at the basket. The other problem with that, though, is that if they don't get the offensive rebound, there's nobody back to play defense.
Yes.
And the teams can turn around and start that fast break and go score, which has happened at least twice.
So you got Jason Hayes doing a little bit of quarterbacking out there, telling his teammates a few things.
Well, that's also illegal because you can't huddle up in the lane and stop a guy from getting the ball to shoot it. So the official had to move him.
Okay, free throw there by number 10, Kenny Hunter. Well, we got a tie game here, Bob, with 1 minute to go in the first period.
We have a couple substitutes also.
Kenny Hunter with the second free throw, giving Aberdeen a 1-point lead.
Looks like
here.
number 24, Nee Sampson's come in, and number 3, Isaiah Frazier for Havre Grace at the change.
Like another foul on the floor. Not seeing anybody in too deep of a foul problem right now. They have taken Jason Hayes out because he had at least 2. And you do not want your point guard getting a 3rd foul this early in the game. That's a foul.
Aberdeen jumped the ball. And they had the offensive player in a little bit of trouble who spun and turned, and when the 3rd man came, he just hit him instead of just staying and getting his hands up.
Oh, that one deserved to go in there, Bob. That was good job on the outlet pass, passing it all the way down court to their currently subbing in the game recently, Justin Franklin. I like the way he attacked the basket there.
Yes,
he knew he had a one-on-one.
absolutely. You know, looking up at the Aberdeen scoring, and Hunter has 8, and Arturas Brown has 6, has 14, and these guys have 14 of the 22.
Very smooth 2 free throws right there.
Yeah. Like I said, they're a pretty good free throw shooting team, Aberdeen. Had his hands on him. So
Look at the clock, see what time you got.
So you have time here for the last shot.
that was a foul on Justin Franklin. Just had his hand on him, shoving him as he was dribbling.
So let's see if they are patient here. Just off the rim. So here we are at the end of the first quarter, Bob, and we have a really good 23-20 game here led by the Eagles. According to my points, Jason Hayes on the bench right now with fouls has 7 points. And we have Quentin Daniels with 4 and Vincent Legend coming off the bench with 4. And then I have here for Aberdeen, Tylon Bass currently has, I have Tylon Bass with 5 points. I have Ataris Brown with 7, Kenny Hunter with 8. Right now we have the Aberdeen Stomp and Shake performing. So what are your end of the first quarter adjustments?
Well, first of all, you have to block out defensively.
Yes.
At both ends, both teams. Neither one of them are doing that, and it's costing them. The second thing is you can't release on defense until you get the ball to go. And we've got guys on at least on Aberdeen who are taking off, and you know it's allowing Havre second chances. Now, if you can get the ball off of the glass quickly and you look up, you might have 1 or 2 guys breaking by themselves at the other end, and you could start that fast break early.
Whoa, we need rebounds. We got to box out.
So I think we have a little confusing here on the scoreboard. If I'm incorrect, let me know. But it looks like they have the Havre de Grace lineup on the left side where it says Eagles. And it looks like they have the Aberdeen on the other side. Looking at the numbers here.
No, I think the Aberdeen's on the left because number 10 is the Hunter kid, and he has 8 points.
Okay.
And number 3 is Arturas Brown.
I'm just not seeing who number 5 is on Aberdeen. And not on
it's
the court.
Justin Franklin.
Is he on the court right now?
He was.
Okay,
at the end of
they must not have switched it then.
Daddy, back up zone.
So according to that, he has 2 fouls.
Now number 10 just came off. Hunter just came off also. And Tyshawn Rogers come back in the ball game. That's a good call.
Moved his feet.
Yeah, he put his
offensive
hand
foul.
and he put his forearm in his, you know, he was surprised the kid moved his feet and got his feet in defensive position. See, they put number 1 up for so it's the Aberdeen on the left-hand side because that was his first foul. And
Nice backdoor pass. Nice pass there. Couldn't see who got the bucket there. I think it was number 25.
I don't know. I think it was either that 23 made either the pass or scored.
Got a 1-point game here in the second quarter. Havre de Grace at Aberdeen here with Bob McCone. Bob's a long-time coach here and had many successful years. Must be very nostalgic for you coming back here every time, Bob.
It's home. You know, I mean, I spent 10 years coaching the varsity basketball team here, and fortunately we had some really great success. So
nice outlet pass. Nice calm basket layup for Tylon Bass.
great pass to him. I think it was Arturas Brown who made that pass, but
Wow, what a job protecting the ball in that drive. Looks like we're going to have number 23 Cameron Ball going to the line here. Shoot 2 free throws. Neither team seems to be afraid to attack the basket.
No, that's what they do well. I mean, they really do that well. The problem is that you know you got to get defensive help and pinch people so that they can't get a lane to the basket and make them throw the ball around the perimeter and shoot the three, you know, with the hand in their face to beat them, and then you have to block out when the shot goes up.
Makes the second one.
And you better run back a little quicker on defense because the offense gets down the floor really fast.
Another in and out, another offensive rebound.
Wow.
So that was like stealing 2 points there. Number 2, Tyshawn Rogers gets the rebound and puts it up.
I guess if you want to score, you better get a rebound and get a shot.
Okay, is that 2 or 3? So
Looks like he called a 3, but
that was Jason Hayes on the three-pointer. Jason Hayes has caused a little bit of trouble out top here for the Aberdeen
I tell you
guards.
what, he's hit 2 really nice shots.
And his
I like
defense
it.
is trouble too out here.
Yeah, I like the way he plays a bit. He does some nice things.
Nice shot in the corner. And number 25, Cameron Ball.
No, 25, Johnny.
Oops, I'm looking at the
Coit.
wrong number here.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is, Johnny. Yep. So we got a 2-point lead that quickly for Havre Grace.
Yes.
Okay, looks like we have number 10, Kenny Hunter at the line here. Makes the first. Makes the second. Kenny's up to 10 points here. Defense forcing a tough shot there, Bob. Is that what they call the
European step?
Kyle Sullivan.
He has a family of athletes. His sister last year was quite an athlete at Havre Grace and quite a scholar. And she was the Al Seski winner, scholar athlete in grand winner in Harford County last year, which is quite an honor.
Definitely is. Tyshawn Rogers with the 3-point shot there just before. Thought there was a little body contact there. Offensive foul.
I love this Sullivan kid. That's the second charge he's taken. He's just sacrificing that body.
So Eagles up 32-31 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the second period.
I'm waiting for a basketball game to break out. All I'm watching is a track meet.
Well, remember when we used to be fast, Bob? I'm a little jealous at this speed here.
They can get the ball off the glass and they can get it down the court fast. If you don't get back on defense, you're giving up points. And if you really don't block out defensively on the backboard, you know, they're getting offensive rebounds and putbacks.
So I see 3 players with 2 fouls. On Havre Grace, we have Jason Hayes and
And 23.
Cameron
Ball.
Ball. On Aberdeen, it looks like we've got Darian Paris with 2 fouls. So
and Tyshawn Rogers also.
So what do you do here when you're the coach? Do you be conservative and take a player out with a couple minutes to go in the end of the second?
Well, if it's in the second quarter, my rule was you come out because you're more valuable to me in the last. If you're a player, you're more valuable to the team in the third and fourth quarter. Now there are some guys you can trust that understand the situation and won't do it, but not a lot. Like in high school.
A lot of contact there. I thought there'd be a foul one way there.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty decent no call because the game's a little bit physical, but it's not chippy, and it's
got a 3-on-1 here if he makes the right pass, or you can always just fake the pass and make the bucket, which is exactly what Cameron Ball did.
And here we are back at this end that fast.
You make it.
Scoring was Tyshawn Rogers.
So Bob,
Tyshawn Rogers, and he got the foul. And the foul is on Vincent Legends, and that's his seconds now.
I'm like celebrating a great play at
Can't
one
do
end, and that quickly, it's down the other way.
This is Aberdeen Havre. You can't do that. You got to keep your head up. You got to look.
My head on a swivel, huh?
So somebody's running. I can tell you that.
I'm putting the points in my scorebook for one team, and they score that quickly.
Or they lose it that quickly, one or the other. That was a good call right there.
Yeah, he just lost the handle on the ball.
He did, and he banged it off his leg and it went out of bounds. Havre Grace has played this 1-2-2 zone the whole ball game.
Nice catch, gets his own rebound.
And it's been soft in the middle.
Yes. So Kenny Hunter has just been living in there, Bob. I mean, he's just getting.
Oh no, he's hit outside shots, he's hit inside shots, he's hit free throws. He's got a legitimate 12 points. That's a nice play.
That was a nice scoop layup there by Jason Hayes.
Jason let his friend Tyshawn Rogers know about that. Told the big man, how you like that from me?
That was a long rebound there. Yeah, the coach, the Havre Grace coach was asking for a travel there. But what came first, the foul or the travel? The referees say the foul.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you got the travel.
Yes. So we got Vincent Legend. Oh, sorry, wrong team. Number
We got
one,
Tylon
Bass going to the line here. Got quite a few players that are going to be in double figures pretty soon, if not already.
Well, like I said, Aberdeen has five players who average double figures. So, they're going to do that at some point. And, the question is with Havre Grace is who's going to help out?
Tylon Bass with his 8th point.
I mean, Cameron Ball's averaging 14 for Havre Grace, Quentin Daniels 10, and Jason Hayes 12.5. So that's their three scorers. They get a little help from Tristan Blackwell with 8.5.
And it drops. Jason's going to have to play a little careful here. He's got 2 fouls. Wants to get to halftime with no less. Cameron, I'm sorry, that was Kyle Sullivan there with a drive, drawing the foul.
Yep.
Okay, looks like we've got the 3rd foul on Atarius Brown. Coach is going to probably sub for him.
He's not a very good free throw shooter. I don't want to jinx him, but I hope he makes them. But there you go.
Jinxed him the right way, Bob.
He was 10 for 22 coming into the game from the free throw line. That's 45%. He just made the first one. Now maybe that would give him the confidence to pick it up. And maybe he's been working on it this week.
Oh, it looks like we drew a foul here on a three-pointer. Not what you want here. Tylon
And
Bass.
that's Legend's third.
First one in. 10th point for Tylon Bass. Makes the second.
Tylon Bass is a 68% free throw shooter, so that's pretty good. The game's been helter-skelter this whole half, and
Makes all three. That's not something you normally see. Havre Grace needs to get back into this. They got down because 6 quickly, 42-36.
Havre Grace runs her offense with a double high screen so the point guard can go off to either side.
It's a nice shovel pass. He just panicked a little bit. In and out.
I'm not sure that was a jump ball. I don't think the Aberdeen player ever had possession of that ball.
I think they might have called a foul on that.
No, he didn't.
No?
No.
I agree with you, Bob. That was too quick to be a held ball.
It's a little deep.
Yes. Oh, that was almost a double dribble.
It was a carry, actually.
Yeah, he pinned it against his own body. Nice
That's what a
pass.
point guard does. He takes it down and gives it to the cutter who has the open layup.
I think that bucket was number 10, Kenny Hunter. Got his 14.
Yep.
He's up to 14 points now. So that quickly, we went from a really close game to an 8-point game here.
That's 2 shots! 2 shots!
The officials get a lot of help in this gymnasium. You just have to listen to the crowd, and they all have striped shirts on.
As a coach, Bob, have you ever been put in a position where you have to turn around and ask your own parents to call it?
No, in all honesty, I've never had to do that. That doesn't mean there hasn't been trouble in the places, but first of all, they probably wouldn't listen to me if they're yelling.
I've generally saved that for the a practice conversation.
And second, they would probably tell me what I was doing wrong and not their kids at the same time.
Well, you're never playing their kid enough, are you?
Ever.
So Johnny Coit.
And honestly, there was one kid I didn't play as much as he should have played. Unfortunately for him, he was so good, and we were really good that year that we had a lot of leads, big leads. And it gave me opportunities to play other kids, and the kid who should have played a whole lot never did. But he played a lot when he went to college, I'll tell you that. And he ended up being an all Big Ten player. So.
Okay, it was another bucket by Tylon Bass.
Now, there's a man who was aware of clock, because he took that spun with the dribble and shot the ball, and I'm thinking, what are you doing?
So here we are at the end of the first half. Aberdeen Eagles 46, Havre Grace Warriors 37. I've got both Tylon Bass and Kenny Hunter with 14 points. On Havre Grace, I have Jason Hayes with 12 and Cameron Ball with 7. Real quick thoughts on the first half, Bob.
Well, I thought it was a half of helter-skelter, and when the teams got offensive rebounds, they ran as quickly as they could, and there was a lot of baskets off of that. Both teams hit some threes at times that they needed them. And free throw shooting, Aberdeen was better than Havre Grace at that, and got a few more. Neither team blocks out to keep anybody off the offensive glass. And, that's where we're at.
So we're here at halftime again. Eagles 46, Havre Grace 37. Stay tuned for the second half action. Here we are ready for the second half at Aberdeen High School. Havre Grace is the visiting team, and Aberdeen is leading right now 46-37. What a fairly close game until about 4 or 5 minutes left in that half.
Actually, it was like a minute and a half left when and Aberdeen ran off like 6 or 7 straight points. It's been a game of up and down. Neither team blocking out on defense. They work hard on defense for a little bit in each possession, and then they kind of relax, and they don't block out. And the other team, if we get a defensive rebound, if you get down the floor quickly, the other team's usually not back, or there's only 1 or 2 of them back and 3 of you. So you're on 3-on-2s and 4-on-2s. Has been a lot in this game.
So both teams' depth could come into play here, because if I'm correct, I think we looked before as they were taking the players out. I think there's 3 players between the 2 teams that have 3 fouls, and another 2 or 3 that have 2. So that could come into question here.
Well, I do know one thing. I mean, Aberdeen doesn't have a deep bench.
No.
They only play 2 or 3 kids off of their bench. Havre Grace bench is a little bit deeper than that.
Well, luckily for them, their 2 top scorers only have 1 foul for Tyron Bass, and for Kenny Hunter, no fouls. So that's very important for them.
And both of them have played very well the first half.
I mean, they are their 2 go-to players.
And the point guard, Jason Hayes, for Havre Grace has played very well the first half, all 5 foot. I don't even know how tall he is, 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". He'll probably tell me he's 5'9", but he's tough, and he plays the game smart, and he's a leader. It's really, really a lot of fun watching him play. They need a big half from Cameron Ball, one of their other leaders. Kyle Sullivan's done a nice job for them in the first half.
So they're obviously having a problem on the glass, the defensive glass. Aberdeen's gotten way too many offensive rebounds.
Aberdeen probably has 16 points on putbacks.
Havre Grace starting off with the ball.
Arturis Brown's got nice length. He can give people problems with that length on defense.
Quick turnover, but then he stepped on the line.
Yeah.
So basketball, as we know, is a game of spurts, and you can't wait too long before Havre Grace has to get one down by 9 here in the third period.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that both teams going to get a spurt.
That was a very nice basket by number 3, Taurus Brown.
One team can spurt 10, 12, 14, 16 all by itself if if the other team doesn't play well.
Nice backdoor pass again. Nice rebound. And a block shot.
Now, see, Aberdeen standing on the outside just looking. Nobody wants to step to the inside and block somebody or move them.
Now, we actually got 2 offensive rebounds there for Havre Grace.
Absolutely. It's because Aberdeen's just watching the game. Oh, you missed the guy cutting.
Outside shot here. Another put back for Aberdeen. Kenny Hunter seems to be all over that rebounds today, Bob.
Kenny Hunter's a sophomore also, and he's played extremely well so far.
Calling out they called the foul here.
He
little
did.
Reach in here.
It's on
number 12.
Darian Parrish on his. That's his third for him. Yeah.
Oh, very good pass.
Wow, beautiful pass and an easy.
Trying to do an alley-oop here. All the way down court. Too high. If he passed it to him, he's got an easy bucket. Kick out from Hayes.
Sullivan.
Hayes to Sullivan. I think it's is it a 3?
Let me see what he says. I don't know what the score was before that, but it's 42 now. I didn't see the official signal it.
Looks like a 3. Another outside shot. A little reach-in foul here.
And that's on Sullivan. That's his second, looks like.
Inbound pass all the way in the back court. Inside-outside game there.
It's a nice play. He just didn't hit the jumper. He had a good look.
Nice outlet pass. Foul there. Yeah. Reach in. That's third foul there for Jason Hayes.
Yeah, they don't want to. They need him on the floor. If he's not playing, it'll be a completely different game.
Pushing the back there.
Havre Grace is playing that 1-2-2 zone, and Aberdeen's getting good looks, but the ball's not going down now. And that's playing into Havre Grace's hands, giving them a chance to cut the lead.
I'd almost like to see Jason Hayes, once he breaks the half, there was a minor press there. He had to get around 2 players. I'd like to see him take the ball to the basket and dish off.
Well, that was an opportunity to do that, actually. He had a guy beat. He could have gone right to the middle lane, but there was a player standing by himself, and he just threw the ball over his head.
I think we have a timeout. So we're here in the third period, 5:16 to go. Eagles have a 50-42 lead.
What does Aberdeen score? 4 points? Is that what was the score at the half, right? Was it,
I think it was
46-37?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
So
So Havre Grace is closing down by only a point here since the start of this period. So something's going to have to change on their strategy here because they're not getting the buckets very easily.
no, again, and the two big things is block out on defense, give yourself a chance, and don't turn the ball over. Get shots.
So we have 2 players on each team on the court with 3 fouls. So that, you know, what do you do as a coach? You tell them that they've got to play under control.
You hope they don't. You really talk to them at halftime and tell them you don't want any stupid fouls.
Okay, you got steal. Tyshawn Rogers with 2 quick buckets.
Yep. The Aberdeen press jumped them twice. Got 2 easy buckets out of the jumps.
So that quick, it's 8-point lead to a 12-point lead.
Now, see, when you have the lead, if you can get a little run, whether it's 4 points or 6 points or 8 points.
Here we go in the replay. Fighting over a loose ball here. Picks it up, calmly puts it in. Now we got to be careful. That
it was close.
Yes, I thought that could have been called a travel. And then you got to watch out on the inbound pass there. Kyle Sullivan went to inbound it to Jason Hayes, and they actually almost handed the ball off. They were so close there. And if you do that, that's an out of bounds because one player is still touching out of bounds. Got to be careful with that kind of little thing. So Aberdeen's kind of feeling themselves right now, Bob. They've extended the lead to 12 here. Havre Grace needs to answer.
This is Aberdeen has slowed the game down a little bit for themselves, and then they jump with pressure, and they got 4 quick points.
Go help!
Now, I don't think that Arturis is going to stay up on Jason Hayes. I think he's backing up a little bit, but he just wanted to show him, hey, I'm here. Jason, he handles the ball too well to.
That was very nice work there. Jason Hayes kicking it out to the left, then they kick it back up to the top there.
To Vincent Legend, yeah.
Yeah, Vincent's made an impact off the bench here.
Oh, he has. He's played very well, except for the 3 fouls he has.
Yeah, he's up to 7 points here. Oh, pinned himself underneath a little bit too much there. See if he's going to pass this off. Held on to it. Number 13, Tyler Davis, with his first 2 points.
No, that was Cameron Ball, 23.
Oh, that was 23. I thought it was 13.
Yeah.
My bad. Didn't see the number correctly there.
Yeah, I knew that because I looked up. There wasn't a 13 on the floor. That can't be him.
You should have seen when Don and I were trying to do football games, seeing some of the numbers.
Oh.
And
some of the uniforms on the football field are.
Yes.
With the light color on a light color. Oh.
Let's go!
So we're back to, we had a 12-point lead, and it's back to 8 that quick.
That quick. You turn it over, you don't get shots. You can't take timeout. Who called timeout?
I don't know.
You can't take timeout when the other team has shooting a free throw.
Are they giving him a tech?
I'm waiting to see the ruling because you can't call a timeout during a free throw. The other team's free throw.
See what the explanation is here. He's talking to Jason Hayes,
who has 3 fouls right now.
So that's a technical foul. This is the
No,
first.
that was his. This is the technical now.
Yes.
That was his second shot of.
So that's a big call because now he's going to have more free throws and then they get the ball. Still. Maybe not. Maybe the technical was called against Aberdeen.
That's what it looks like. I wonder what the technical was. Because I didn't see. I saw Jason trying to call timeouts. And
okay, we got one basket here for Cameron Ball.
Let's go! Every possession counts! Let's go! Every possession counts!
Scoreboard has Cameron Ball with 7 points. I have him with more than that.
well, all I can say is one of you are right.
Lots of hands in there, no foul. Stole that ball right off of him.
4 Aberdeen players had gone and left him by himself on that rebound. And they paid a price.
So you had numbers here. And the foul, he drew the foul there. Cameron Ball's kind of impacting the game big time right now.
Well, he's playing like he can play, and he's doing it in the second half when they need him in this third quarter.
So we're right back to a 5-point lead here.
And now it's back to being a basketball game.
Yes.
Somebody get back! Isaiah, get back!
They didn't block out again.
So now 12-point lead down to a 2-point lead for Aberdeen. Havre Grace seems to need to play aggressive, Bob.
Well, obviously it helps.
Now that's a problem there. If that's on camera and that's his 4th foul.
It is.
And then they've got 3 other players on the court with 3 fouls right now. But you know, you only have 1 quarter and 2 minutes to go. So
Well, you got to be smart enough as a player not to put yourself in the position he did, where you're following a guy and he can stop and you foul him. You got to know when to let him go.
And one. God damn it.
foul.
Foul.
It's just getting out of control again. Aberdeen had gone for a long stretch where they had gotten in control of the game right before the half in the first couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter, and then it flip-flopped again. And Havre Grace has been better under control.
So Aberdeen has been missing their putbacks in the last 3 or 4 minutes,
Yeah.
and they're missing free throws. So they're kind of doing this to themselves slightly. Made one. I think that was number 3.
Yes.
I have him up to 10 points now. Actually, what am I having? Wrong person. I have him up to 16 points. Nice hands.
See, that's a ridiculous shot.
Well, it was funny because Havre Grace player was trying to draw the foul. A lot of confusion going on in the court right now, Bob.
They knock each other down and they pick each other up.
So Kyle Sullivan actually was in position to draw the charge on that earlier play, and that's why the player had to kind of hang in the air and do a throw the ball up.
But you got to be, as an offensive player, under control so that you can stop next to the basket and put the ball in instead of having to invent a shot that's almost impossible to make. And it's not like it's one. It's like that's like the 8th or 9th of those shots, and why they haven't scored. And you could always dribble the ball out from under there and still, finish your offense. I forgot they have a shot clock in this game.
A scoop. Kind of got himself caught in no man's land there. Good job getting back on defense.
Settle it. There you go.
Now we're back to how the first half was playing out there. You get Darian Paris with a follow-up there off of an offensive rebound. Havre Grace is getting a little bit out of kilter here. You almost think that they need a timeout.
And the turnovers, they do. It's tough.
Kind of a little push pass there. Calling the foul on the floor here.
It's becoming too easy for Aberdeen right now.
Yeah, one spurt follows another.
That's
Havre Grace gets back in the game and Aberdeen pulls away again.
Well, here's a key. That's the 8th foul in this quarter by Havre Grace, and Aberdeen only has 3.
Coach is trying to sort out players here, thinking about keeping people out of foul trouble here.
He's bringing in Meyer Sims, number 15, who hasn't been in the ball game yet. This is his initial put in.
Yeah, we also have coming into the game Nye Sampson for Havre de Grace. So 2 more points here for Tylon Bass, up to 18. Lots of contact, it looks like, in there. Havre de Grace getting the rebounds, but not able to put the putbacks in. Aberdeen can hold for the last shot. Coach is probably trying to tell them. Sometimes the coaches can get frustrated because you tell your player, hold for the last shot, and then they shoot with 10 seconds left in the quarter. The other team gets a rebound, and then you foul. So you literally went from you can get the last shot to now they can get the last shot.
Here's a way to stop that. You take them out and you sit them down and let them feel the pine for a while.
Will they get off this last shot in time? Yes, they did. Not the way you want to end the half there.
No, that run made it a 13-point ball game. It's 65-52 now, and you know,
well, not surprising by the pre-game stats, Bob. Tylon Bass just got his 20th point right at the buzzer. So right now at the end of the third quarter, we got Aberdeen Eagles 65 and Havre de Grace Warriors 52. They had a 12-point lead. Then it went to 2, and now it's back to 13 again. So we've got on Aberdeen, as I just said, Tylon Bass with 20 points. We've got Tyshawn Rogers with 14. We've got number 10, Kenny Hunter with 16. On Havre de Grace, it's a little bit more spread out, but Jason Hayes I have down here with at least 12 points. We also have Cameron Ball with 12 or more. And then we have a bunch of other players. I mean, Kyle Sullivan is quietly putting together a well-rounded game. He's got, you know,
he's played well.
He got 9 points, but I mean, he has to be leading his team in taking charges, you know, rebounds and other things. He's a hustle player in my mind.
Absolutely. The other thing that's helped Aberdeen is that Arturas Brown has done a very nice job defensively, trying to keep Jason Hayes under control, which at times you can't. And Jason Hayes has his, but it could be more.
I just got a taste of how short I feel like I am, Bob, when Kenny Hunter comes over to inbound the ball right by us, I realize how small I was.
He's 6'4", and he's a sophomore. He's going to be a very good player. That was a nice move there by Tylon Bass. So
that was a good stop and pop. He just missed it. It looked like a fairly clean block there to me, but he must have caught a little bit of body.
Yeah, well, I have a theory about that, but I can't say it out loud about officials who aren't very tall. They struggle seeing up that high sometimes. But these officials have done a nice job here tonight.
So there's another basket there by Quentin Daniels, putting in the free throw. Well, I hate to say it this way, Bob, but Havre de Grace time is starting to run out a little bit here with 7 minutes to go.
Well, you never know in this basketball game.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying it has to be soon. And
that dagger right there hit a little bit hard.
Yeah, that didn't help their cause there. They only gave him a 2 on that. I thought it was a 3. That was good hustle there to knock the ball out of bounds because Havre de Grace player had some position in there to get the rebound.
It would have been better if he would have gotten position and kept the Havre de Grace player on his back. But
at least he had quick hands. Okay, that's
He
what they
knocks
need.
that shot down. That's his third.
There's Jason Hayes again with the 3. And then you've got Tylon Bass with another basket. He is just taking over the game right now, Bob.
26 right now.
I think he would have taken that shot there, and then he got stripped.
There's
Nice.
the pass I've been waiting for. Oh,
Got a little excited there.
oh.
Now he
That's the
gets-
pass I've been waiting for. And then you blow the pass, and I say to myself, if I made the pass, I'm not throwing it to you again. But fortunately, he got his offensive rebound and put it back in again.
Yeah, that was Ataris Brown. I think he was so excited by the great play that he just overdid it, but then stayed with the play.
17-point lead here.
Yes, that happened quick.
It did.
Here comes this replay here. Nice little
Ooh,
shuffle
hit there.
pass. Goes up.
You
Misses
wonder
his
how he
own
missed
shot. Gets the rebound, goes right back up.
Yep. Nice replay right on top of that.
So now you're the Havre Grace coach, Bob. Do you try to press with so many players in foul trouble?
Oh, you have to at a point. Now, I mean, again, the key is to block out, and the key is that when you get the ball inside, you have to make those open shots when you're next to the basket. And if you can do those things, you still have time to whittle the lead. There's 6 minutes left in the game. I always go back to, I saw Camden High School years ago play Calvert Hall. Camden was up with minute 7 seconds by 7 points. Calvert Hall beat them in regulation by 7. So there was a 14-point turnaround in a minute and 2 seconds. And so it can happen.
Yeah, they either need some threes or they need some N1s here. They don't need that. Good hands to get that back right away.
And they need to finish that. Or this.
Well, that looked like a foul. They're calling it up and down, but or travel. But I think that there might have been a foul miss there.
Well, when he jumped up and he blocked the ball, and the kid moved his feet, he's holding the ball literally, and the kid moved his feet, so that's a jump ball. I mean, if that's...
Now that's good refereeing.
Now,
They reversed
if
the
that's
call.
not, I mean, if that was not the case of what he saw, then it was Havre Grace's ball, and that's what it is now after the conversation. But like I said, I think these two officials have done a very good job tonight.
Well, you like to see that they're willing to say, did I see that right, and ask their partner on the court.
I always love to see them ask.
Get back, get back! Corner!
Had the 3, passed it up, followed his own, finally getting the rebound for Havre Grace.
There was contact there. I
Yes.
mean.
A little contact there too. Off of Aberdeen, Havre Grace ball.
Yeah, I'm not so sure who initiated that last contact, though.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed. Number 23, Cameron Ball. Getting a few more points, getting another 3 here. Have him up to 15 points. Now let's see if Jason can make this. Follow, and in. Cameron Ball again.
He's going to warn him. That's not, he can't touch the ball. That's actually what he's giving him is a warning.
Right.
He can't, Jason Hayes threw the ball to the official after the play. He's not really allowed to touch the basketball. He has to leave it there for the other team to pick up. And so what they do when the first time you do that is they give your team a warning.
Here comes the replay. Hayes going in for the layup. Nice follow by Cameron Ball. Very good body control in the air.
Yeah. So he has to just leave the ball alone because he's really delaying the play of the other team. And so the first one, when you do that the first time, it's a warning. Second time, it's a technical foul.
Okay, we have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the game. It's back to a 12-point game.
Yeah.
You know, it was 17 or...
Get it under 10 and anything can happen.
Yes. So the referee's trying to sort this out right now.
Now, he called a technical foul on this, or did he? Because if he did, that's his fifth foul.
I had him as 3 before that.
Oh, okay. So what they said was they gave a technical foul to the coach.
Okay, Tylon Bass making one of the 3 throws. So they must have called 2 technicals here because he's taking the third. They've already taken 2 shots. I think the assistant coach might have gotten attacked and the head coach.
Well, it had to have been the assistant coach because if the head coach gets 2, he's gone.
I think they each got 1. So Kenny Hunter making 2 free throws.
Now Aberdeen has 4 kids in double figures.
So Aberdeen also gets the ball after the double tech.
And now it's a 15-point lead.
Mm-hmm. It's a good effort there. Way to follow the shot there by number 3, Artaris Brown. Good job shielding off the ball there. Number 22, Quentin Daniels, making the bucket, going on the line for 1 more.
And he was fouled by Justin Franklin, but there it goes.
Here's the replay. Rebound by Aberdeen on the miss. Nice dish off and pass.
The Havre player was in a great place to take a charge, and there was some contact, but he didn't fall. He got to fall. If you just stand there and you know, it doesn't look like it's a problem, you got to help the official a little bit.
Kyle Sullivan up to 16 points now.
Nice game for.
It's a high-scoring game here, Bob.
Well, we knew that coming in.
Yep. Okay, we have an 18-point game here with only 4 minutes to go. Had 2 men down low. Aberdeen really wants to get this dunk here.
Yeah, it's more important than the 2 points.
Well, that's what they're looking for right now.
Hey, he shocked himself with that one.
So that was number 25, Johnny Coit. They're looking for the 3 right now because that's what they know they need.
Speaking of Johnny Coit, he's the president of the student union here at Havre,
Yeah, senior
at Havre
class
Grace High School.
president,
Senior
yeah.
class president. Great students. A lot of good things going for that young man.
Yeah, Aberdeen coach Bill Jones also told us that for their team, Artaris Brown, 3.9 grade point average, and being recruited by a lot of Division III schools, wants to go in the medical field. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. All I can tell you is that he's going to learn about organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry, and those 2 courses will separate you whether you'll be a doctor or you won't.
So, Bob, I mean, let's do some wrap-up thoughts here in case this doesn't end in overtime or a comeback by the Warriors. What are your thoughts right now with this 81-66 game? Probably going to end with a 10-point plus victory for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think it's been a helter-skelter game the whole time. When Aberdeen has slowed it down and stayed on the offensive glass and Havre Grace doesn't block outs, then the putbacks, the points go up, the turnovers go up, and they get easier shots. Havre Grace has done that a lot less than Aberdeen has done it, and that's the difference in the scores. I don't think either one of them has played great defense, and neither team has blocked anybody out yet.
So we've got 27-point game for Tylon Bass. You know, can he get to 30? That's impressive. You don't see that very often.
Well, and you think the shots he's missed.
Yeah, I thought he got hit on that shot right there. I think Aberdeen would use a little bit of clock right now.
They call 3 seconds.
So it's a 15-point game here.
Must have been on Darian Paris. He was the only one close to the lane.
Yeah, they're using clock up here looking for the three. Sometimes you just got to take what's there. Aberdeen shooting the three right away.
Well, there's his 30.
Yeah, he made me look like a prophet there. I'm asking if it's going to happen, and he just says, okay, I'll just get it right now. It's like a reaching foul there. Going to take Jason Hayes in line. So what do you think about Jason Hayes' game here, Bob?
I thought he's played very well and pretty much in control. I just think that as a team they played a little out of control and they don't block out, and that that's Aberdeen must have 16 to 20 points from just going back up and getting putbacks and putting the ball back in the basket. So I mean, here, 12 didn't block outs, had an opportunity to block it out, and the Havre Grace player almost got the ball.
Nice dish. It's like we might have a foul over the back here.
Yeah,
on
on Aberdeen, yeah. That's a shot Kenny Hunter usually makes. Just didn't put that one down. And based on his 18 points, that would have been 20 if he'd have put that in the basket. You know, both of these teams have a shot to be really good, and
Yes.
and if they don't get some things under control, they have a chance to get beat by teams that shouldn't beat them.
Havre Grace is a small school, so I would imagine they're 1A.
1A, yes.
And I think they have the talent to make some noise there in the sectionals and regionals. Aberdeen's going to have
Well, 1A basketball is a little different than 1A in some other sports because there's some schools who are basketball schools over the years who don't have a lot of kids in it,
right,
but they have a lot of basketball players. And
just knowing our region, I would think that schools like Havre Grace and Patterson Mill might be maybe be able to come out of our region.
Yeah, I don't know if they go over to Eastern Shore. I don't know which region they're in. But if they go over to Eastern Shore, you know, sometimes there are teams over there that are really, really
Yes.
good. And sometimes there are teams over there that are not so good who are 1A schools and you can get through.
Yeah, there's at least one Eastern Shore school, I think it's Snow Hill, that's done very well.
Snow
in
Hill,
recent years.
Crisfield, Cambridge used to be really, really talented. Easton High School was talented. North Carolina at one time was pretty talented.
So Vincent Legends quietly had a productive game coming off the bench initially. He's up to 9 points. And then to add to his show for tonight, Tylon Bass calmly putting in another 3, up to 33 points.
Can't keep missing those. I mean,
I know he's missing, but I tell you, he's quietly become one of my favorite players of the game for his hustle.
who is that?
That's Quentin Daniel.
Yeah, he's a good player, and you know, in most games he makes those.
He's all over the boards. I mean,
Well, that's because nobody's blocking him out. I mean,
Yeah.
Cripes, if you're standing, if you're the only one standing there by yourself, or the guys behind you, and that's the case for all of, you know, for all of them. But at the other end, Havre Grace isn't blocking the Aberdeen kids out, and they're just getting put back after put back.
so we have Coach taking Tylon Bass out of the game, get a little hand from his fans over there.
And that's good. You get him some applause.
And you are right about the positioning, but as I'm a fan of hustle in any sport.
Well, hustle's great.
Oh, he wanted that slam again. There he goes.
Hustle's great, but you also have to have positive hustle.
Getting his 12th point there.
Now we had a block out and we get a rebound.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Got another bucket.
This is truly what they call garbage time.
Aberdeen's trying to get a couple highlight reels. They're putting a few players in off the bench. They're asking for their subs to get a basket here. The fans are.
And Kenny Hunter got the basket, who was obviously not a sub.
Yeah, Kenny Hunter up to 20 point now also. Now you may see what you wanted to see here. Up to 22 points for Hunter.
Gosh, it's 91 to 75. And then we just had a 3 by Jason, it looks like Jason Hayes. Is that who it is?
That was a foul up there on a 3-point shot. You know, he's a little bit mad there. He's talking to him now. He's like, why are you shooting a 3 with 3.5 seconds to go in the game? You know, he just told him. He's like, you don't need to be shooting that. Havre Grace crowd emptying out a little bit here as we have Kenny Hunter taking 2 free throws, adding to his really productive night.
That's the ball game.
So as the crowd enters out, Bob, any final thoughts before I wrap up the scoring here?
Sure, if you wanted to see points, you sure saw a lot of points tonight. If you wanted to see good technical basketball, people blocking out and doing some things, we did not see so much of that. But it was entertaining, and 2 rivals that usually the team doesn't win by as much as Aberdeen won, 92-78.
Yeah, so what I have here for a very high scoring game, and we expected some of this, but for Havre Grace, Jason Hayes led the way with 18 points, along with 17 points for Cameron Ball. I also have 17 points for Kyle Sullivan and 14 for Quentin Daniel. Johnny Coit pitching in with 9 points, and the same thing for Vincent Legend off the bench with 9 points. For Aberdeen, we have a big night for Tylon Bass with 33 points. And I also have 17 points for Tyshawn Rogers, 17 points for Taurus Brown, 23 points for Kenny Hunter. And right now, you know, I think we're going to see these teams do very well this season. They already have very good records. And I think they're going to continue. Just 2 good teams tonight playing each other. So
you're absolutely right. I was a little more disappointed in Havre Grace because I think they can play a lot better than what they played tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully Coach Eberhard will get them regroup, get them in practice, regroup, work on some things. But both teams have to work when they're blocking out. I mean, it's a everybody thinks they can out-jump everybody by standing next to them and just out-jump them. And, if you block the guy out, then people have to come over your back to get the ball.
But you made note of this earlier. 14-point game, and we said in the first half alone, Aberdeen looks like they got like 14 points just on offensive rebounds.
Just putbacks.
So great game overall. I'm Ray Ferruz here with Bob McCone. Thank you for tuning into this Hartford Sports TV game, Hartford TV Showcase Game of the Week. We look forward to seeing you at our next game. Take care.